we are going to find part of a number. We need to find 145% of 15. So, what does that mean? Well, let's draw this box to serve as a way for us to see and get an idea of what a reasonable answer would be. So we have our percent side, and then we have our number side. So on the percent side, we start off with 0%, and if we have 0%, that means we have nothing, or 0. If we have 50%, let's say that's like right here, 50%, that means we have half. And if we have 100%, that means we have the whole thing, which is all. So in this case, all that we're talking about is 15. But here we're told to find 145%, so we're going beyond 100%. So I actually need to extend this up and make it even bigger. So if that's 50%, then maybe this would be 150%, which is the whole thing plus half more. But we're not going for all the way, so we're going to be like right here at 145%. This is the key, this is what we want, so going across to the other side, we want to know what is this value here. We don't know what it is. Well, we know that 15 is going to be too small of a number, so if we go to 150%, that is all of 15 plus half more. Well, half of 15, we get 14 minus 1, decimal, bring down the 0. We find out that half of 15 is 7.5. So 150%, that would actually be 15 plus 7.5, which would be 22.5. So our value that we don't know, that we need to figure out, is going to be more than 15 and less than 22.5. It's looking pretty close to 150%. So my guess is that it's going to be somewhere around 20. That's going to be very close to 22.5 or 22.5, but it won't be all the way there. It is bigger than 15. So now that I have a guess as to what a reasonable answer would be, I can actually start the work. So I'm going to take 145%. The decimal is at the end because it doesn't show up anywhere else. So to get rid of our percent sign, we'll notice we have 2 zeros. We're going to move it over 2 places. Moving over the decimal 2 places allows us to get rid of that percent sign. So we're finding 1.45 of, that is a key term in math that tells us to multiply. And so we're going to say 1.45 times, or multiplied by, well, what's the other number? It's 15. So I need to multiply. 1.45 times 15. When we multiply, we don't focus on the decimal until the very end. So I'm going to say 5 times 5 is 25. 4 times 5 plus 2 more is 22. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 more is 7. So I'm done with these. Because I'm done with the 5, I'm going to put a 0, and now I'm going to multiply by 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. And I'm going to add 5, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. We have our decimal, and we have to move it 2 places. So if we move the decimal 2 places, we have to move the decimal in 2 places at the end to get our answer of 21.75. I'm going to compare this 21.75 to my guess of about 20. That's pretty close. It's less than the 22.5, which would be too big. So it fits right in there, and that is the answer. 21.75 is 145% of 15.